Hey everybody, I am down here in kind of southeast central Colorado, meeting up with another herper. His name is Chris, hoping to find that hognose that I've been looking for a while. So we're going to be walking around out on a property here for a couple hours. We'll see what we turn up. I arrived early, so I spent a little time walking around the area near where I had just parked and discovered, thanks to all the rain that the area had received not too long ago, there were these big white mushrooms popping up all over the place, and the local blazing stars, Mentzelia nuda, have begun blooming all over the place. Unlike the ones I grew at home, these are brilliantly white. And found one of these little guys. Something kind of cool. Little velvet ant. They're actually a flightless wasp species. And they have a pretty powerful sting, but they're relatively inoffensive as long as you don't go and try and squish them. The evening continued to start out a little slow. Not a whole lot actually popped up in the area, although the storm nearby made for some absolutely beautiful sunsets. As night fell, I came across this little five-lined sphinx moth, which is a species of hawk moth. These guys come from what you might be familiar with as the local hornworms, tomato or tobacco hornworms. They feed on the native tobacco species and other solanums in the area and gain toxins so that they won't be eaten themselves. And some of those pass on into the adult form as well. And the hawk moth adults pollinate all the various tube-shaped flowers that you might find in the area. Once we got out on the roads for some night cruising, the action started picking up a little. Got one big fat Great Plains toad out here. This is one of the bigger ones that I've seen before. Not quite matching the one in New Mexico, but he's a good size. This was definitely one of the bigger ones that I've seen. He was quite pudgy, and as it turned out, not the only one in the area. Every time we passed by, there was this little house that was out there, and these guys kept on showing up on the road right outside of the house. Maybe there's a colony that's living there, or there's a perhaps the pond that they use to breed is nearby. Our first snake for the night, my second Colorado desert Saga. He is adorable. That tiny little rattle there. So this is in the genus Cistrurus, different from the crowless rattlesnakes partly in the structure of their, of course the camera doesn't want to focus on it, but the structure of the scales on their head is different. These guys typically tend to have somewhat larger scales right on the crown of their head. And of course generally also don't get as large as many of the crowless rattlesnakes do. So these guys are really uncommon in Colorado. They're common in a couple of pockets here and there on the plains, but otherwise they're relatively disjunct from a lot of the other populations that are found in other states, so relatively unique here. So we're going to get a couple of photos and then probably encourage him to move off the road. Though not quite my top target for the night, the desert Saga is definitely one of the high points for snakes you can find out in Colorado, because this population, it is very localized. Only in certain portions of southeast Colorado are the populations really high, and they're cut off from any of the other nearby populations, particularly of other desert Sagas, which can be found further south in New Mexico, Oklahoma, and such, but the most nearby populations of western Sagas in Kansas are of a slightly different subspecies. These guys are also really cool because they kind of specialized in smaller lizards and the smaller rodent species in the area, and while there are a couple of species of voles and deer mice that have developed a venom resistance in the area to prairie rattlesnake venom, they don't appear to have developed a resistance to the venom of the Massasaugas. If you want more information on that, you can look for Massasauga venom resistance. There was a paper done by some of the grad students in the venom lab at the college that I recently graduated from, University of Northern Colorado. So there's a lot of research being done on the rattlesnakes in the area around here, so you can look into all the properties of the venom that these guys have, as well as all the studies they do for how that venom might actually be able to be used for various medical purposes. Absolutely beautiful snake. Got the mask on his eyes, kind of shield the structure of their eye from predators. And then that pattern, of course, general camouflage out here. As you can see, he has no interest in biting us, no interest in coming after us. That's not something these guys do. So as long as you don't mess with them, they will not mess with you. Because you are a complete waste of their venom to them. They need it to capture prey. It is not for people. Alright.
Did he book it?
Nope, he's right there still.
You just can't leave the doors open because that's when the lights stay on.
Yep.
See? They're just coming
There he
out.
is. Alright. Big old bull snake out here. Hello, sir. You got some cool speckled patterns going on here, dude. Look at that. Alright, we'll get some more video. Alright, we got ourselves out here a beautiful kind of speckly bull snake. It's got some absolutely gorgeous colors going on here. Just stretched out on the road. He's just starting to come out, it seems. One of our more common species in Colorado. So we'll get a couple of photos and then encourage him off the road. I've talked about bull snakes a lot in a lot of my previous videos because, well, they're very common animals here in Colorado. And you'll notice, if you compare this guy to some of those, they are extremely variable. You okay with me picking you up? Yeah, come on. Hi. You were going this way. Let's get you off the road this direction, huh? Hello, handsome. You're pretty.
Wow. Nice.
Use the hook for balance. Yeah? Checking out the camera there? Here. Wanna go that way? You go that way. Stay off the road, okay? Go that way. Oh no, go that way. No, you wanna go this way, sir. The road's back that way. Come over here. Here, there are bushes. You go this way, okay? Good boy. What do we have here?
Oh, it's a bull snake.
Oh, it's a young bull.
Yeah.
Hey, you. Don't go yet. Haven't seen a young one in a while. Hi. You're adorable, aren't you? All right, we got a young bull snake here. He's trying to run away from me. Leaving a big old trail in the dirt there too. He's adorable. Try and get this to focus. There we go. See, the young guys have a little more uniform pattern all the way down, then they develop that kind of tricolor look later on.
Look how much yellow is on his tail. That's a cool one.
And there he goes. Nope, with a car coming by. This little one was probably last year's hatchling, since he's already well over a foot and a half, almost 2 feet long. When they're born, they're usually around 14 inches or so and have very stark, very distinct patterns that are very uniform all the way down, and then they develop that odd kind of tricolor patterning, or 3 different phases of pattern that develop on the head, the middle of their body, and down their back. Alright, dude, let's get you off the road. You were just about to get off the road anyway. Huh. Hi. Yeah? Okay. Out here. There you go. Run away. Pick him up. There's deer in the road. And there they go. The camera does not like the nighttime. Oh well, we can kind of see them. That's cool. Alright, well, it wasn't quite the hognose we were hoping for, but a Massasauga is a pretty good consolation prize. They're not at all common, and not a species I can find up near my house, so definitely worth the trip down, I think. Anyway, gonna be looking for a couple more things on the road as we go out, but in case I don't find anything there, until next time, as always, you can find more photos and videos on social media at Carlton Carnivores. If you'd like to help support my ability to make trips like this so we can find cool wildlife and teach others about it, consider joining as a patron at patreon.com/hcarlton. You'll also get exclusive benefits there being a supporter. One-time donations can also be given at coffee.com/Carlton Carnivores. And you can also find the shop with all the plants and the resin gem jewelry that I sell at carltoncarnivores.com. There's also the database there with plant and snake files, information on those species, as well as the blog and other means to contact me. But until next time, I'm Hawken Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.